Beijing has ceased military exercises around the island of Taiwan but says preparation for war continues. Closer to home, the Australian government is wary of Chinese influence in the Pacific but believes Pacific Island nations want a democratic and independent future.
The military exercises are over for now, but not the heightened concern. A spokesperson for China's Eastern Theatre Command says the 4 days of operations, including missiles being launched in the direction of Taiwan, have concluded, but training and war preparation continues. This was all started after a visit from US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to Taiwan. She remains unapologetic.
We will not allow China to isolate Taiwan. They may keep them from going there, but they're not keeping us from going to Taiwan.
The Australian government is playing a straight bat to the Taiwan issue.
And that means no unilateral change to the status quo. It means restraint and de-escalation. It means calm and consistent language.
But it's going on a charm offensive closer to home at the Pacific Islands Forum. China is trying to gain more influence on the doorstep of Australia. The government believes Pacific nations will see beyond China's chequebook.
Engagement around shared values, democratic values, cultural values, and they want to engage with a democratic country which understands that.
The opposition leader continuing to be more direct about the China threat.
We're in a very precarious time, and if we pretend otherwise, then it will be a very dire result in the Indo-Pacific.
The two major parties are essentially on the same page about the China threat, and the Greens, who have previously voiced concerns about Australia's reliance on the US, are also attuned to the threat of the Chinese Communist Party.
We are very concerned about this escalation, not only because of what it means in the region, but also potentially because of what it means for Australia.
But the Greens leader says a different emphasis is needed.
Where I guess we take a different approach to Peter Dutton, whose approach is much more belligerent. We should be contributing to de-escalating it.
Away from the meaty issue of national security, Peter Dutton addressed his method of eating meat off a stick.
You go to the Brisbane Eckie, you've got to have a Dagwood dog.
Even if that means a slightly awkward photo.
I mean, what, you can't eat it from the side. the sauce drips off, you do a real short, chewing with a stick from the side.
Tom Connell, Sky News, Canberra.